Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're dialing in from. Welcome, everyone. We welcome you with open arms and open hearts to your safe space of empowerment. This is your safe space to practice self-care, your inner work, and to meditate, and also to connect each Sunday where we gather collectively from all over the world to raise our vibration. This is a place where we can leave all our cares outside for a quiet moment and become a better version of ourselves. Today, we have a very special session. Our Value Cord team member, Mimi, is bringing her magic. Mimi shares her wisdom and her experience from her heart and leads us on a special session today, Rewrite Your Story. My dear Mimi, I've been looking forward to it, as we all are. I hand it over to you. We are all yours.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. I'm really happy to be here and to share with all of you the experiences I have in life. And this is particularly close to my heart because I don't know why. In my mind, I always have this self doubt, and I have to work really hard to rewrite my story every single day. No? So I hope that my experience helped you to rewrite your story and to be happier and to shine and to share your life in a different way and to go through this path of life believing in yourself. So this session is going to be, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
So what we are going to do is we're going to go through what means personal narrative and why this is important. Then we are going to check this three-step process in which we look at the belief and why that belief impacts our actions, and then the result chain. We believe something, then we act based upon that action, and then we get some results. And then we will try to do an exercise to flip the story in order to take into account our emotions, then our beliefs. What do we do in order to have a different result, feeling differently? And I will explain with some personal examples in my life, like relationships, career, divorce, and others. And then we will do the writing exercise. If you want me to help you to rewrite your story, if you cannot, if you feel that you need help, you can write in on the chat what is your current personal narrative, and I can help you to rewrite it. And then the goal is to write part of your story, and I will suggest the one that hurts the most, no, to focus on that, in order for us to gain a little bit more wisdom in that area. Then we will do a meditation, and we will do the sharing if you want to. So, what is personal narrative? Well, this is the inner story that you tell yourself about either who you are, what are you capable of, what others perceive about you, how much your life is worth, or what your life means for you and for others. We all have one personal narrative, and sometimes we don't realize that it's playing on repeat, like the Pepe Grillo in your head, as a background music in your mind. That's the voice that speaks when things go wrong, and most of the time don't speak when things go right. Or even when things are right, sometimes that voice will tell you something is wrong. So that becomes the lens through which we interpret everything. Why personal narrative matters? Well, the story you tell yourself is not just a thought, it's a belief system. Quietly influences all the actions you take, and when you take decisions, the risks you take, or the risks you don't take, the relationships you choose, the jobs you go for, because sometimes you believe that you are not good enough, and then you go for lower jobs, believing that the other one is not for you because you are not capable enough. Also, the way you allow others to treat you. It doesn't matter if your husband raises his voice with you. It doesn't matter if your kids will yell at you and don't pay attention to you. It doesn't matter if a co-worker is mean or is making your life impossible, because you allow it, because that's okay. Nothing happens, no? And even impacts the way you treat yourself on a bad day. Oh God, I gave this presentation. I didn't got the results I wanted. I'm stupid. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I need to relax. But guess what? I have other things to do. I'm not relevant. I'm going to focus on others. It is a self-fulfilling loop. If you say, I'm not good enough, you start acting that way. And your life reflects it back to you. I have this personal narrative in my mind. And most of the time, when I start thinking about myself in a negative way, I stop. I breathe and I think, is this really happening? Am I really thinking the right way? Am I really using the narrative as it is? Or I am making up stories in my mind? Here's the most powerful truth that I have learned over the past few years. You are the author, and then you can edit the story anytime. So every time I have this feeling of not worthy, self-doubt, what if I take the risk and everything goes wrong, or why I don't trust myself with this? I remember I'm writing my own story, and I can edit that story at any time. So you remember that you are the author and you can edit your story anytime. When there's this belief, action, result chain. So if you believe something, you will take action based on those beliefs. And as a result, the result will reflect back at the belief you were focusing on. So you have the story and belief, then you will have an emotional response. You will take action based on that emotional response, and the result will be based on that story or emotional response. And then this is what happens. For example, if you always say, I always mess things up, you will feel sometimes ashamed. You will doubt yourself. You will feel anxiety. Then you will hesitate or self-sabotage, and things used to fall apart when you do this. And then you will start really thinking, see, I knew I always mess things up. And this happened to me many times. So as I said, for example, I currently work in a French company. I'm the managing director in Mexico. And the first time they told me that I was going to take over Mexico, probably America, I said, no. It's a huge responsibility. I don't think I have the skills to do that. What if I mess things up? Something always goes wrong. And then I had to do a presentation with a distributor in the US, and I was really nervous about the presentation. And in my mind, I was self-sabotaging already. I prepared the presentation. I was ready to go with everything. I was doubting myself at the end. Then I took a step back, breathed, and said, hey, what's the story you want to write? Instead of sabotaging myself and self-doubting myself, I said, well, let's go for it. Let's have this meeting. Let's introduce your products, yourself, your team, the team behind you, and let's see what happens. If this doesn't evolve, you have no issue. If this evolves, then at least you know you are learning, You are not an expert, you are learning. At the end of the presentation, they open up their distribution chain, not only for Mexico, but also for US and for Latin America. And I was doubting myself because I had in my mind, I told you, I always mess things up. I'm not good enough. So every time I'm gonna do a presentation to someone that I have to convince about my products or the skills we have, I always say, let's work these things differently. I do that. Sorry. Let's slow down. Let's think about it, and remember, you are rewriting your story every time. This is another example, no? And so I changed the belief to I'm still learning, and that's okay. So instead of self-doubting myself, I started to have curiosity, and I became resilient because obviously I was presenting to someone who knew about the business more than I did, no? And the first time was okay. The second time was better because I tried again. And the result was progress, learning, and eventually success. Now, as a managing director, I not only manage with confidence Mexico, but Latin America as well, and I'm starting to reach new customers in the US. So for me, in my head, I always say, see, I get better each time. And so do you. Okay? Now, today we are trying to rewrite your story. And I'm going to share with you some examples that I have, the experience that I have in my career, in motherhood. And we will do this exercise. So please, if you don't have a pen and paper, now it's time to get it. And as I said, if you need support to help you to write your story, please let me know. So this is the example on my career. My old story was, I always fall behind at work. I'm not just leadership material. Everything is too difficult for me. Takes more time than the regular person to put a strategy in place. And then I rewrite my story. That was make me feel really not worthy. That was make me feel like I was in the wrong place. That I had the syndrome of imposter. I was like, oh, I'm in charge, but what if I'm not? I can't, right? So I said, no, I need to think differently. I have to be unique. I have to consider myself. I'm here for a reason. Somebody saw something on me that I wasn't seeing. So my story now is I bring a unique perspective. Always, I see things as, even if I have experience, I see things as if they are brand new for me in order to see other ways to make them happen. Every challenge is a chance to grow into the leader I'm becoming. So I have a new challenge. I haven't done this. I never done this. What do I need to do? What are the steps I need to take? What are the risks I'm willing to take? And what are the results I'm expecting based on the risks and actions I'm taking? And what if something goes wrong? Am I willing to take the risk to make that happen? I'm learning, I'm growing, and I have a chance to become the leader I want to be. So that's on my career, from I'm not worthy to I don't know what they saw in me to I bring a unique perspective to the business. Every challenge is a chance to become the better version of myself. That's on the career side. On the motherhood, well, this made Mother's Day. My young daughter wrote me a letter that inspired me to do this session. I'm always thinking, or I was always thinking, I'm not good enough for my kids. I'm failing as a mom. I don't spend enough time with them because I work too hard, then I provide, and I don't know if they are happy or sad or what, right? So I was always trying to overdo, doing more, giving more, focusing more, and still feeling not enough. And then this young teenager, beautiful inside and out, comes to me with a letter saying, Mom, you are the best mom. I know you do a lot and you make an effort and you make me feel secure and you are one of my role models and I love you for that. And I was like, oh my God. So in my mind, I was not good enough. And I was believing that I wasn't good enough. And my kid came to say, Mom, I know you are doing your best. And this is the one that hurts the most. I know you are doing your best. I know you are a mom and a friend and a colleague and a leader, work hard. And you make sure that my life goes easier than it should because you love me. And I really appreciate that. So my new story is I'm doing my best with love and presence. My children are learning resilience, not perfection. So I know I still have many faults and I could be a better mom. However, I know I'm doing my best with love. So, and she can see it, and my other daughter can see it, and I'm just happy with that. I'm really grateful for that. So, changing my story is also changing the way I react to my life as a mother, because instead of being always anxious to be perfect as a mom and to give everything, now I'm enjoying being a mom, which in the past was not necessarily true because I was so focused on being enough that I was not really enjoying being a mom. Another story, divorce relationships. Well, when I got divorced, my whole story was I failed at my marriage. I did something wrong. It was my fault. I'm unlovable. I'm probably broken. I will never find love again. I'm going to stay single forever. I cannot hold relationships too tight and too long, even though I was married for almost 22 years. Then I started to see things in a different way, how that was making me feel, why I was looking it on that way. The belief that divorce is a failure instead of a life experience make me realize well that belief was not the right one. I was seeing it and I understood that life happens and you write it and you write your story and then I work in myself. I joined Mind Valley University. I went to learn with Joe Dispenza how to become the best version of myself. And I read a lot of books and then I heal myself and then I write my new story. And now I have a new partner, which is who's next to me. And I know my new story says that chapter taught me strength and self-worth. And I'm whole and I'm open to love again. And I'm experiencing love in a way that I wasn't that I wasn't prepared for, but at the same time it's like a blessing. I never thought I could love myself and then find someone who could love me the same way. And I'm really grateful for that. Then on friendship, on social life, I was really shy when I was a kid, and I'm still shy, even if it doesn't look like that. So the old story that I had in my mind was, people always leave me. I can't count on anyone. At some point when I was a teenager, I had no friends. So I was not, I couldn't find my place. So from the age of 12 to the age of 18, I was trying to to be with people, just no matter which people, just to be with them. I was not being authentic. I was going with the flow, just not to be alone. And then life teach me that if you believe in yourself and you are your unique self and you try to be the best version of yourself, then you will find the people that is at your same level of energy, uh, and you will thrive and you will be unique, and they will like your flaws and you will like your everything of you, because they will love you the way you are. So I learned to choose aligned connections and set boundaries, and I deserve nurturing relationships. That's my new story. And that's something that many people looks for, and I'm really grateful because I have it. But I'm rewriting my story. Every time I meet someone new, I make sure that that person is aligned to what I believe. If it's not, I will probably keep the relationship with setting boundaries. I will be myself, and I will be the person I am looking into the mirror. And if I can live with the person I am looking into the mirror there, then I know that I'm authentic and I deserve nurturing relationships, and I won't accept anything but that. So those are the examples I wanted to share with you. Now, what I want you to do is to take a piece of paper and to write your own story in the aspect of your life that you think is most relevant for you. And you will have 5 minutes to do that, and then try to write your new story, taking into account what makes that old story feel when you say it out loud. Like, for example, I failed at my marriage, I'm unlovable, I'm broken. How does that make you feel? And then if you look into that specific story with a positive perspective, what would you say? And then what is the feeling associated to that new story? And at the end, try to rewrite the story in a positive way with that feeling, the opposite feeling of the old story. Finally, I want to say something about life highs and lows on personal work. You have to remember that you have to enjoy highs and lows in your life. So you have to allow joy even on the lows in your life, to navigate both the sunshine and the storms, and be grateful for that. Always with gratitude, because at the end of the day, the journey must be experienced, and the journey is the only thing that matters. If you enjoy the journey, you will get the result. So 5 minutes to focus on one part of your life in which you think you can rewrite your story, and make sure that you keep it in mind, because after that we will do a meditation in which I will take you to your present self, and then I will take you back to the point in which that specific old story happened, and then you will use that new story to tell yourself, to change your story, to write your story, and then we will come back to the room and we will share, or if we want to, part of our stories. The meditation is really short, no music, so you have 5 minutes to write your story. Okay? Let's start now. Remember, if you need help for me to rewrite your story in a positive way, you can send me a direct message to the chat and I can help you out. Two more minutes to go. 1 minute to go. Are you all ready? Very good. Now, remember, we are going to that space in time in which you had this belief, old story, and we are going to change the story. I'm not going to use music. I'm just going to turn my camera off, and we will start the meditation, okay? Rewriting your story. Take a deep breath into your nose and gently exhale through your mouth. Again, breathe in deeply, and now let go. With each breath, allow your body to soften. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Let your thoughts be quiet. Now, if you haven't done so, gently close your eyes and imagine a place where you feel safe, peaceful, and held. It could be a beach, a garden, a quiet forest, or even a room you love. You are in your safe space. You are alone here, and everything is just calm. In this beautiful place, you begin to see yourself. You see the version of you that is living your life today. See yourself from outside. Just observe with love, no judgment here. And now, take your hand and gently walk with this version of you toward a moment in your life where you would like to see the story from a different perspective. A moment where you felt rejected, abandoned, or not enough. Or a moment where you think if you saw the things in a different way, you will be happier. Remember, you are safe here. You are simply visiting this story. Let yourself witness what happened. The words, the pain, the disappointment. Take a deep breath and exhale. One more time. Deep breath into your nose and gently exhale through your mouth. You are not alone anymore. You are here with your wiser self, and you are here with this tribe. And we are all here to support your journey. Now, something begins to shift. Imagine that scene unfolding again. But this time, with calm, with clarity, and full of love. In this version of your story, there's no blame. There's understanding and compassion. There's also forgiveness. You feel yourself forgiving others and also yourself. You look into your own eyes and you say, I forgive you. You look into the eyes of the others that are here and that is in with you, and you say, I forgive you. And suddenly, you feel the weight lifting from your heart. The sadness softens. And in its place, there is peace. In this new story, you are not broken. You are learning. You are strong. You are growing. You are thriving. The old belief that you were not enough or that you had failed is now gone. In this new version, you are a whole. You are worthy. You are free. And the most powerful part, you have realized you can rewrite your story at any time. The power is within you. And you know that no matter what happened into your life, you can sit back, you can observe, and you can change the story in a way that makes you feel calm, with clarity, with love and compassion. Now it's time to say goodbye to the old version of yourself. You deserve a huge smile. So smile and be grateful for this moment because you have changed your story. You give yourself a huge hug and say thank you. You leave your old story behind. And you go back to that safe space. But at this time, you are no longer alone. This group is with you. So you look to each other's face. You take somebody's hand. You make a circle. Raise your hands. And take a deep breath through into your nose. And gently exhale through your mouth. And say, thank you, thank you, thank you. You let the other person hang gently. And with a big smile, you say, see you soon. And now it's time to go back, to came back to this place. So gently start moving your arms, your head, your toes. And when you are ready, open your eyes. You are back, renewed, empowered, and you know that you are the author and that your next chapter begins now.